Good morning, everybody, from Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. This is the last day of our trip, and we thought before we head out today, had a few short minutes to give you a walk around of the grounds here on a very beautiful morning. It's not too muggy, a little breeze in the air. So I thought we'd walk around and go check out the resort. So follow along, and I'll say a few things, and then we'll stop if we see anything interesting. So as you can see back there, it's the Disney Skyliner, the Riviera station, which is technically also the second Caribbean Beach station. You'll have to forgive me for the shakiness too of the camera. I don't have my normal stabilizer, so you'll see a few bumps along the way. But up above us right now is the Skyliner coming to the Riviera station, as I said before, and heading over to the actual true Caribbean Beach station. It is stopped at the moment, so I don't know if that's somebody trying to load or they're having issues or what, but it was running just a second ago. I don't know if you've ever stayed at Caribbean Beach, but it's a very beautiful resort. Lots of places to sit on the beach whenever you want, with hammocks, seats, and it's divided into a couple of sections where you can stay. Themed areas: Aruba, Jamaica, Martinique, Barbados, Trinidad. Right now we're walking through Aruba, which is where we stayed this trip. We were in the back of Aruba, which is colored with a pink color. I believe Jamaica is yellow. A lot of pastel colors are what represent this one right here. Now, last time I was here and I did a full walkthrough, this whole area was under construction. In fact, I have that. I'll put a link to this in the video when I have a chance to go back later on. You can go and compare how much construction was going on, not just for these towers right here, for the Skyliner, which is still not moving, for that, but they were just doing a ton of pipe work and stuff, so this is a lot better. And as you are coming in, please do make sure you smash that like button. It does help the stream out, even if you're watching on the replay. Would love to help this stream get pushed out to other people so they can come and see what this resort is. Video I mentioned, that was just a bunch of pylons and on the map where we are. If you look down here, oh, excuse me, let me go back up here. Jamaica, you can see where we are. We're gonna probably go up to Jamaica at least, maybe across the bridge some, and back down to Port Royale and come back. So we won't do the whole grounds, but we're gonna do some of it just so you guys can get a good perspective of what this is like. I always like to do this and go in the mornings, especially because it's just nice out. Everybody's not hustling and bustling, and people are kind of coming in and out for the day. I don't know if you can see that way ahead. That little guy's got an awesome Baby Yoda hat on right now. The love for Baby Yoda is strong here right now at Disney World. Private pool, so you don't have to go over there if you don't want to to the main pool, but I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite pools on property. Zero entry, meaning like it just grades slowly into the quote-unquote deep end, which is like 5 feet. You can just sit there and float in about like a foot or less of water. It's amazing. And the thing I've noticed on this trip that we've had, that a lot of the Skyliners, there's like the default is yellow for the blank ones. There's one. Up above is a Zootopia green one. Up above that is a red Pirates of the Caribbean one. All right, so this is the bridge to Castaway Cay, which leads you over to Port Royale. And that's the divider between Jamaica and Aruba. So now we're going into more yellow colors, and thus we have entered Jamaica. Now, when Jessica and I stayed here about 7 years ago for the first time, first ever trip we took together to Disney World, it was Okay, I think we're back. I think we probably lost everybody that was watching too. Made the mistake of being on the guest room Wi-Fi, and we're starting to move away from that. And of course, now that we've restarted back, we've started fixing the sands. We're going to pass some really loud noises here in a second, so I apologize. All right, but anyway, thank you all for sticking with me while we dealt with those Wi-Fi technical issues. But like I said, we're passing Jamaica themed pool area. This was actually my favorite because it's not so tucked back far away, so you actually still feel like you're part of the resort. And yeah, workers fixing up the sand areas this morning for everybody. And the hammock situation over here in Jamaica is 10 times better. Remember, they were really low to the sand, and so we really didn't feel comfortable getting in those ones. But this is a shame because I fell asleep in that exact hammock right there one time at 3 in the morning, first time we were here. I just feel like the Jamaica section is a lot more open than most people give it credit for. Okay, so we're still going through Jamaica. Over there, I believe, is I always forget that Martinique is on the other side, opposite of us, not far back that way. I believe this may be Barbados, and then Trinidad. We're not going to really go walk through because if I had more time, I would. We'd do a full walkthrough of all of this, but we're not going to. And you kind of lost sight of the Skyliner. Well, I think some people who stay here wonder if they're going to hear the Skyliner at night. You don't. I mean, like if you're really listening for it outside, you might hear some of the clanking happen when they transfer towers and things like that, but really it's pretty seamless. And we've got a cart coming up behind us. So just stay tuned while this goes back. I love Disney cast members. They just wave. They're happy to be here. All right, so we're gonna step up over here the hill. We're leaving Jamaica in just a second. Again, my favorite subsection of this resort, but I think they're all good. I think Trinidad would probably be my least favorite because it's so far away, but that's where you get the pirate rooms. So if that's your thing, do it. This is a great resort to just walk around. As you can saw earlier when we were streaming, the lady was running. And I'm sure that it's a great place to run as well. This is like the one hill that I've gone up this entire time. All right, so there is the Caribbean Beach Resort actual station where you can go and ride the Skyliner, and that'll lead you back to Riviera Station, which we're like in the middle of, so we use either one. That leads all the way to Pop Century Art of Animation, and then straight back from that would be Hollywood Studios. So that's where we went yesterday morning to go to Hollywood Studios. If you want to go to Epcot, you'll keep going through Riviera, transfer there, go through the turnaround, and then you'd be back at Epcot. All right, give you some perspective where we are. We're in the crossover of the bridge going into Barbados, going to pass by Trinidad. We'll go see Oil Port Royale, maybe just take a peek at Martinique, back across Castaway Cay, and that is going to wrap up our very short walk through here. Like I said, we're on a bit of a time crunch this morning trying to get back, so my wife was very gracious enough to let me come out here and do this early this morning. So thank you, honey, if you're watching. She's ready to get home, so we have to hurry this along here. But again, there's Trinidad out there, and that's where the pirate themed rooms are if you really want those. It's not the big enough draw for me to want to stay all the way out there, although you're not too super far away from the Skyliner, so I guess that's not so bad. But yeah, now we're going into Barbados, which is almost like I guess you'd call it like a peach colored themed area. Purple, maybe. If you look on the map, it's purple in color, but I don't think that really necessarily dictates what this is. Another private pool area, or adult pool, we'll call it, not as fun. And this is a very tiny beach area right here. Although, you might have to fight over the hammocks during the day, and it's kind of nice actually. So maybe Jessica and I will come stay here very soon. So I'm terrible with colors, but I would say that's more of a peach than pink to me. What we were staying in Aruba was more pink. And it feels like, you know, the boat traffic that used to be out here all the time has definitely slowed down since the changing over of the renovations with Riviera coming in. And you can, this is actually kind of a great shot on this side if you just want to see the Skyliner. If you stay on this side, it's a very just big Disney feel. Like, the view from over here is pretty awesome, I'll be honest, because you can see the Skyliner, see the rest of the resort, you can see Riviera off in the distance. The only good thing is I believe that Epcot is back this way. No, actually, no, it's this way, so you could see the fireworks if you're sitting that way. Here comes the Disney cart. And by the way, wearing masks down here, not fun in the humidity. We'll let this gentleman move forward so he's not getting in our picture. He looks a little lost too, but we'll look at the map so you can see where we are, Barbados. We're heading towards Port Royale, which we're not too far away from. And like I said, we probably won't walk through Martinique too much. I don't know, we'll see when we get there. But we're gonna really just look at the main area, and then we'll walk back across Castaway Cay. We'll get back to where our starting point was at the midpoint of Jamaica and Aruba, and that will be our live walkthrough. The resort, to me, feels like it has gotten a lot smaller, even though they've only taken out one section of it. And I forget what island that was they took out. Oh, this is actually a very nice, like Jessica and I were talking about, it seems like they got rid of a lot of the picnic areas in between all the sections. But that one's really open. I wouldn't mind hanging out in that one, actually. See, again, great view area because you've got like pretty good view of the resort and the Skyliner and stuff like that, if that's what you really want to see. So we'll pass by these people real quick up ahead. They're taking up all the path. So if you stay in Barbados, which I would imagine is probably one of the more pricey ones, preferred areas, you'll be very close to all the action over here. Again, you get all the bigger beach sections over there across from the main areas, but you get some smaller ones over here. All right, the pool is closed this morning, so it's good. We can kind of get a good look at it without getting everybody on camera, but you can at least get a look of what the pool area is like, see if it's something new. Again, I cannot highly recommend enough this area. And we're gonna get past the blower. Great looking area at night as well. This is the back of the pool area, and there's a hot tub, shower area, and you're looking at the back of the old Port Royale Fort, which is your slide, our main feature slide. There's two slides in this one, a more kids one and then kind of a family one. This is the family one. It's got a little bit more to it. Again, not really that intense. Good shot of Castaway Cay. Some nice secret sitting areas out there. And there's the pool. So the slide comes down from the port. The other slide is kind of across the way there. I don't know if you can see. And then there, right there, there's like the 0 grade where you just like literally walk into the pool. It's awesome. I laid there for about an hour the other day when we were here because it's just so nice. Just sit there and cool off and lay in the pool in like 1 foot of water. Oh, here's a better shot of it right here. I know that's a silly thing to love a pool for, but I just love the theming, the 0 grade entry right there. And yeah, it's awesome. All right, so we're gonna do a quick, like I said, walk around. We're passing over through the middle of Port Royale, the main seating area. I see a lot of people are coming into the chat window live here. Again, whether you're watching this live or on the replay, please do smash that like button. It's a huge help. We really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying this morning. I know for those of you that are up, wanting to enjoy this. Sebastian's Bistro is not open during the pandemic as of yet. Jessica and I were very sad about that. We didn't get to try it. But they brought this out here in the part of the renovations, and I've heard some good things about it, and I'm excited to try it one day. Loading area. Like I said, we'll probably walk out here just a little bit so you can just get to see the main area. And when we come back in the future and have a little bit more time, we'll do maybe a full walkthrough of each area, a inside portion of it. But this was a very spur of the moment trip for us with some tight guidelines and timelines. So we are just getting in what we can for you guys this time. It's been a fun trip though. So you can see it's a little bit not as open in this area, but it gives you the lobby, Centertown Market, and then a nice little, just like open area with a fountain and everything. And of course, your friendly neighborhood ibis, or ibi as I call them. Just for time reasons, this is a seating area outdoor for the quick service area called Centertown Market, the boat launch, and off in the distance is the Riviera Resort. Just for time, we will not walk down there to Martinique, but we'll walk back this way and back over to Castaway Cay, which I think is one of the best parts of this resort. I always think it's not Castaway Cay, but it's some version of that. And the lobby is all new in there. The desk area was moved from the front of the resort up to here. Small shopping area. And there you go. Great pool area, especially for this banana cabana. For those of you that need some libations, it's a nice place to sit at night, especially when it's not humid, which I know is not very often here in Florida. But if you can find a sweet time to come here, I could find myself sitting out here with views of the Riviera, the rest of the resort, and then the Skyliner going would be amazing. All right, we're gonna go back across the Caribbean Cay. I keep calling it Castaway Cay. That's the cruise line island. But we'll go through this. And we're almost done. They've got some areas shut off, obviously, for health, safety reasons, just to make sure that people aren't not having to clean things. But this is mainly a sitting area. There normally are some hammocks back there, which Jessica and I, the first time we were here, I keep talking about that first trip we ever took here, stayed back there for about an hour just laying. Had just checked in and just laid there. We have a playground area. Again, this is very nice and secluded, and hopefully there's no one back here we won't disturb, so we'll show you one of my little favorite areas just to come and sit and relax for a minute. Time permitting, we would do it, but we can't. So just different views. Sit there, you get a view of Port Royale. If there's normally a bench there, you get a view of Barbados, gazebo area, just hang out. I think this is one of the better resorts, honestly, if you're having a large family. You want to just have a big area to hang out in. Just went through a cloud of gnats as well. One good thing about the mask is the gnats are not going to be able to penetrate the mask. There you go. So we'll come back out, or we are just about done with our walkthrough. Well, say a few final words and say goodbye for this trip. Going back across the other side of the bridge. I do think that this part of the bridge is always the busiest because you've got two large sections of this resort that need to congregate over this bridge to get to the main areas. So I feel like this is always very, very, very busy, as you can see. A lot of people leaving this morning, getting ready to go home after a short weekend trips, I'm sure. And we will stop here maybe. Give you a view of the Skyliner. We'll make our way back over here to where it kind of started, in front of the beach area for Aruba. We'll say goodbye. And guys, if you have any questions, even if you didn't drop them during the live portion, feel free to comment on this. And if you want questions or comments, or just tell us what you think about Caribbean Beach Resort, that'd be great. We love hearing from everybody here on these videos. And I think Caribbean Beach Resort is one of those things that gets overlooked a lot because, you know, beach club and all that. But I would highly, highly recommend that you give it a shot. If nothing else, for the convenience of the Skyliner. Great theming, great views, especially when everything's back to normal at Disney and fireworks are going off at night. You're sitting between two parks. Some great, great experiences here that Jessica and I have very fond memories of. And we love so much. Just a quick reminder, past the Port Royale where we just were, those sections are called Martinique. And we'll take a look at this map, say good morning, and we'll head out just so you can see one final look of where all we've been. So this will be my stopping point. So again, we walked Aruba, where we are now, to Jamaica, all the way around. Saw Trinidad, walked through Barbados, Old Port Royale, peaked at Martinique and Riviera off in the distance. And there you go. So, just around. Hope you all enjoyed that walkthrough, and hopefully it'll help you make a decision when to come. There's a great shot of the Riviera in the background. Make sure, if you haven't, please subscribe and leave a comment on this video, and we'd love to see you around our channel a little bit more often. Until we assemble again, may the force be with you, and I'll see you real soon.